The Chaucer channel proudly presents Tales for Tykes. Today's tale, The Nun's Priest's Tale, brought to you by the letter schwa.
Once upon a time there was a widow with 2 daughters. They were poor, but they lived well enough. The widow owned a magnificent rooster named Chaucer. Chaucer was the most handsome rooster anyone had ever seen. He could crow more beautifully and more accurately than the best clock. Chaucer had a beautiful young wife, Pertelote. Pertelote was the prettiest hen in the whole yard. One night, Chaucer had a nightmare and woke with a start.
Dear heart, what is wrong? You look so frightened.
My precious Pertelote, I dreamt I was in trouble. I was in the yard, minding my own business, when I saw a terrible beast. His glowing eyes frightened me so much I thought I would die.
Oh, Chaucer, you coward! How can you be afraid of dreams? They come from eating too much. What you need to do is take some laxatives. I know of some herbs here in the yard. Eat them, and they will help. Don't be afraid of your dreams.
But Chaucer was not so easily comforted.
Dear wife, I did not eat too much. Dreams are important and should be noticed. Why, I have read many stories of dreams coming true, and I do not believe that laxatives work. But please, let's stop talking about this. For when I see you, Pertelote, and how beautiful you are, I am filled with joy and peace, and I can forget my nightmare.
And so Chaucer and Pertelote stopped arguing. The next day began like any other day. The chickens went about their business, and Chaucer crowed as prettily as ever. While Chaucer and Pertelote were eating their breakfast, a black fox, the cunning Don Russell, snuck into the yard. He hid there, and his glowing eyes watched the chickens. He licked his lips and waited for his chance. Chaucer was watching a butterfly go by when he saw Don Russell hiding, looking very much like the beast in his dream. Chaucer began to crow in fear.
Gentle sir, alas, are you afraid of me? I am your friend. I have not come to harm you, but to hear you sing. You see, your father was a dear friend of mine,
said the fox, rubbing his stomach.
Your father would always sing for me, and no one could sing better than he in all the land. Now, good sir, good Chaucer, I want to know, can you sing like your father?
Chaucer puffed his feathers with pride. He was so flattered by Don Russell's words he could not wait to crow. But alas, this is only a clever trick by Don Russell, for as soon as Chaucer closed his eyes to sing his best, Don Russell grabbed him by the neck and carried him off. The hens began to cry in fear when Don Russell took Chaucer away, but none cried louder or in more pain than Pertelote, his wife. The widow heard the hens crying and rushed out to see what was wrong.
Dogs, after that fox!
Chaucer, trapped in Don Russell's jaws, thought fast. He saw the woods, and he saw the crowd, and he had an idea.
Congratulations, Don Russell. You have made it to the woods and beaten those ugly dogs. Sir, if I were you, I would turn around and tell those dogs, go back. I have come to the woods and won my dinner.
Don Russell, flattered that he had won such a delicious dinner, liked this idea very much. He turned proudly to the dogs and shouted,
Go back, dogs. I have won my dinner.
But as soon as Don Russell opened his mouth to speak, Chaucer slipped out and flew into a tree.
Oh, my dear Chaucer, I did not mean to scare you. When I said dinner, I did not mean you. Come down, and I will tell you what I meant. No, I will not come down. You won't fool me again. He who closes his eyes when they should be kept open will always be tricked. Alas, my lunch is lost. He who speaks when he should be quiet will always go hungry.
And so Chaucer survived his encounter with Don Russell. Our moral for today, beware of flattery, for flattery will lose or make you a dinner.